Hi there. This video is all about organization. I love organization and I'm really excited for this video. But know that not only do I love organization, it is really, really important to have an organized class in order to support students' learning. There's two key findings in current research on remote learning that I wanted to share with you. One is that students really need to be explicitly taught how to use the tools available to them and explicitly taught how to engage with the material. Online learning is very different than learning in a classroom, so students will need a little more handholding in order to understand how to be students in your course. The other finding is that teachers really need to be masters of structure and organization for their course. So this is where it is really critical that we have an organized digital classroom so that way students know how to navigate it and know how to be successful in your classroom. To do this, I'm going to share my Sandbox course and highlight a couple of features. Pages is one. We'll be talking about folders. And we'll also talk about due dates. So pretty simple, but also powerful tools to help you organize your course. A quick word on organization. There's a lot of possible ways you could organize. This is a way that made sense for me in my brain. It's a way that I think would work for students, but it's not the only way to do it. So play around with it and find something that works for you. The only thing I will say is that the wrong way to organize would be no organization. So if you were to have no folders or just have a huge long list of assignments and materials, that's overwhelming and students won't be able to navigate that. So that's the only wrong way to organize. Otherwise, find a way that makes sense for you. I wanted to start by showing this welcome message. I created this using what's called in Schoology pages. So if you want to add a page, you just go down to add materials and add page. It looks very similar to an assignment, but a page is different because it's not an assignment. You don't have to turn something in. It's just a way of sharing information. One little tip I want to share with you when you're creating your page, if you have a long message or a lot of information for your page and you want the whole thing to show up and not get cut off, all you need to do is click this, where's my mouse? There it is, this button down here, display on new page, and you change it over to display in line when it's colored. So that will make it so that way the whole message shows up just like with mine here. So this is just a quick welcome. Here's how you will participate in my course. And then I really explicitly laid out all the things that students will need to do each day. Organizationally, I want to point out that I pulled out the attendance check-in. So that way it's immediately after my page here. I just thought this would be an easy way to highlight it for students. So that's something to consider is when you have things in folders versus when you have them out of folders to highlight them. Not everything should be out of a folder, but sometimes it's effective. Below this, I have a folder just with some basic class information, so students can access that there. And then I organize my curriculum by week. You could organize it by theme. Again, there's lots of possible ways you could organize. This just made sense for me. And within the folders, more folders. Yay, folders. So I have it organized by day of the week as well with all of the assignments they need for that day. If you want to reorganize or shuffle your folders, it's really easy. You just kind of like click and hold and drag. You can, oops, I think I just nested that within, there we go. There we go. So you can nest folders within folders. You can quickly move things by dragging and dropping. It's very simple. The other thing I wanted to point out is when to publish versus not publish something. I chose to publish week 1 and leave weeks 2 and 3 unpublished. Sometimes it can be overwhelming for students if they see everything all at once. So you might want to think about when you choose to have things available for students to see. Let's see. The last thing that I wanted to point out are due dates. My assignments for this Sandbox course have due dates. It's optional when you create an assignment to have a due date, but I strongly recommend it because when you do have due dates, they all show up here in the upcoming column off to the right. And this is really helpful for students to see quickly at a glance what assignments they need to get done and when they're due. So that's another helpful trick to make sure that your students are on track. And again, there's lots of ways that you could possibly organize your materials to help students understand the structure of your course and to teach them how to engage as students in your course. Feel free to experiment and find what works for you. Thanks for watching.